And do you think you guys have what it takes to actually compete with City? City's doing the most to the point where we're not even commenting about it. It just seems they seem like they're in a league of their own. Does this make the Premier League less interesting to us? Because I mean, all our clubs are quite behind them. You know, what does that say about City? Or are we expecting a different type of success from City? Are we expecting them? They've won the Prem. They've shown that they're in it to win it. They're a new force, and they're gonna stick around. They got the money. They're all winning the other cups. Your FA cups. They did get knocked out, but they do win those. They do win the Carabaos from you know they've been winning those. Do you think it's time they win the Champions? And do you think once they win the Champions League, different conversations will be had about Manchester City as a club?
Can I answer this one?
Yeah.
Because I feel connected to this question. Honestly, I give Man City a lot of credit this season because they didn't start out well. They lost quite a few players. David Silva, last season they lost company. They didn't have a lot of how would you say leaders, to a point where I can't even tell really who's the captain. I think maybe it's De Bruyne now, but I can't really tell. Maybe it's Fernandinho. I'm not too sure. So I give them a lot of credit. Pep Guardiola bought some good players. Something that I've sometimes kind of used as a stick to beat him with, that his purchases aren't as good as people think they are. And a lot of the players that are good at Man City are the players that were bought before Pep Guardiola. But this season, for the first time, he started buying. Like Diaz, Ruben Diaz has been the best defender in the Premier League for me, and complemented Stones well. Stone's biggest problem was that he's not the main guy in a centre back pairing. So he needs someone next to him that's stronger than him and that's more commanding than him. So I have to give Pep credit for finding that player. And he found a player that was quite obscure. Funny enough, Man United were chasing Ruben Diaz. And I don't think people are actually pointing that out. That's quite a miss for them. Because I think Man United could have bought him easily. He was from Benfica. No one was really paying attention. Man City credit this season. And even though they lost the FA Cup, listen, I know many people are talking about a quadruple, and I was a little scared. That they might do it. But Man City haven't really done that well in the latter stages of these small competitions when they face big teams. For example, when they faced Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final, they lost. But when they faced Swansea and when they faced Watford, they won. So as soon as they met up with a decent team, and I also think they lost against Man United in the semi-final a couple of seasons ago. So as soon as they met up with a big team, it was 50-50. So I'm not going to blame them. Chelsea's a good team. But the whole quadruple thing was a little too much. So I'm going to give them credit. But that comes with a caveat. If Man City don't win UEFA this season, I've said this, Nino knows about how I feel. If they don't win the UEFA this season, the season with no fans, the season where the atmosphere doesn't matter. Because the excuse was the atmosphere. Yes. For years, everyone was putting Man City in the highest odds, or giving them the best odds for UEFA. And when they get kicked out, the atmosphere, they blame that Man City is not a European. None of that stuff was there this season. So if they don't win it this season, then I think personally, they haven't had a good season, even if they've won Premier League. I say this because this is why I say this. PSG, Bayern Munich, none of those teams, if Man City are putting themselves there, none of those teams care if they're about winning UEFA. Especially when they've won the league for a long time. They only care about winning UEFA. And Man City is not a secret. They really want to win UEFA. And this is their first semi-final in a long time. If they don't at least make the final, for me, it's not a good season. If they make the final, it's a good season. It's a good season. Might not be the best season, but it's a good season. But if they don't make the final, I don't know, man. I think it's an average Man City season.
Yeah.
Then
It's
they
not bad,
choke.
but it's average.
And they
If they
choke.
don't make the final, they choke. They choked again.
A little stat piece. Chelsea was the last club to be a new winner of the Champions League. Don't know if that English made sense, so let me try again. Chelsea was the last new club to win the Champions League. So the odds are against Manchester City. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Dom, has Manchester City earned your respect in any way?
Nope. Not really. Uh, look, they've been doing well in the league. It's fine, but you're nothing until you don't have a star on your chest, and you need to convert that. Juve were trying, and now they were like close 3 seasons, and now they've forgotten about their titles. Atletico, same thing. They were pushing, and then they fucked their chance up. So if Dortmund also, if City don't win, they're fucking their best chance up to actually win one of these things, because you don't get much chances with a good team. You can get another final like in 10 years, bro. So if they don't make the final, they choked for me. It all depends on that semi. And they're playing PSG, which also haven't won it. So yeah, if they don't make that final, they choked, bro.
Yeah, Nicholas Anelka did say, he did in his documentary, that he underestimated the length between finals. He said when he first reached his first Champions League final, he thought that it was going to be an every season occurrence, not knowing that the next one is coming in a decade's time. It's not sweet out there. It's not sweet.
Not everyone is Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
everyone's Real Madrid. And to give a quick prediction, Madrid's winning UEFA again. Sorry,
Yep.
it's happening again.
You know, if